commissioner. What does the commissioner of the Office of Mental Health do?
Sometimes I wonder that the Office of Mental Health really has several major responsibilities, and one of those, I guess the way that I think of it, is that the Office of Mental Health system is a kind of a mental health safety net. Most people who have a mental health problem and they go to see somebody for help are probably they're starting with their general practitioner or a pediatrician, and sometimes that person is able to diagnose and treat that condition, although we know there are problems with a lot of mental health care that's delivered by non-specialists because they may not have had adequate training. But then if somebody has a more serious problem, they may end up with a mental health specialist. A lot of that would be done in the private sector. People would go find a therapist, and hopefully their insurance plan would pay for that care. The state mental health system is really for people who, in a sense, fall through the private sector. The care that they get from their doctor isn't sufficient, and they may lose their job because of a serious condition, in which case they lose their employment. So we really operate a network that, as I said, is a kind of safety net, and it really has two parts. There are state psychiatric hospitals that we directly run. There are about 25 of those. Those hospitals also operate clinics. We have about 65 of those. But mostly what we do is we license and set standards for and reimburse mental health care that's delivered by community organizations, nonprofit mental health centers, children's programs, and hospitals. So our work involves trying to orchestrate this big and sometimes messy and sloppy system of care. But the main parts of it are running hospitals and clinics ourselves, and then licensing and overseeing private organizations.
Talk Therapy Television is broadcast to nearly 1 million New York homes. Learn more about us or watch the show on demand at www.talktherapytv.org. Now also on Facebook and Twitter.